Hi, my name's Kirsty. I am from Seattle, Washington. I am currently here in Monterey. I had plastic surgery with Dr. Sauceda on, this is post-op day 5. So I had basically the works done. I had a brachioplasty, so my arms done. I had a 360 circumferential lower body lift. I had a long thigh lift, and I had a breast augmentation and mastoplexy, so breast lift. So everything done, and I'm just here to talk about my experience. So I'm going to answer a few questions.
How did you get to meet Dr. Sauceda?
I first started following a different plastic surgery website back even before I was going to have my gastric bypass, because I had a gastric bypass surgery about a year and a half ago, and I lost 147 pounds in that, so I had a lot of extra skin, and I kind of anticipated that I would want plastic surgery. So I just started following some doctors' pages, or some group pages, and somebody mentioned Dr. Sauceda. So I followed his page and kind of stalked it a little bit, and was kind of obsessed with looking at everybody's before and after pictures, and their even past patients were coming back and talking so much about how much they liked it, and that kind of drew me in. I went on one site and it's like botched surgeries and stuff, and his name was never on there, so I felt a little better, and so I just kept following it for almost 3 years, even before I had my gastric bypass.
Well, tell me, how was your experience coming from Mexico, from America, and come here to Mexico, and I don't know, was it just something different?
Yes, very different, in a lot of good ways. Originally, my family and my friends, and I'm a nurse, so some of my coworkers all questioned when I said I was looking at Mexico for surgery, and I think Americans have one idea about what plastic surgery in Mexico ends up like. And so I did a lot of research, I asked a lot of questions, and I had to kind of put a lot of fears that other people had aside. So that made me do even more research with Dr. Sauceda to do that. Even just from a financial perspective, being able to do everything he was able to do, I could afford way more. What in America they wanted to do in multiple surgeries was Dr. Sauceda, because of the way he does anesthesia and skill and stuff, was able to do in one. For me, that's different for a lot of patients. A lot of patients cannot do that, and he'll decide that. But I researched a lot. I researched Monterey. It's a more modern city. It's a lot of medical here. I researched the infrastructure, like the food, the restaurants, everything, to make me feel more comfortable, and my family feel more comfortable. But every single thing every other patient had said has been true, and every single thing Dr. Sauceda has told me to expect has been true. He is very realistic, which I appreciate. Just the reality and what I can expect from him, and I have been pleased so far. Everything from being picked up at the airport by his driver, not knowing I was going to be stranded there or not, to and let me tell you, we got flight canceled because of snowstorms, and incoming flight canceled to snowstorms, and sat on the runway for 6 hours. So us getting here was delayed like a day and a half, and Dr. Sauceda, the communication was always there. From how quick he is to get back from the quotes to we're stuck at the airport and coming in at midnight and now I'm late for my markup, so every single thing has happened. And I could not be more pleased with my experience. The nursing care, being a nurse, I look at the nursing care and the emergency equipment and all that kind of stuff. And Dr. Sauceda answered some questions for me that I had, and it's it's very different. In the US, I would have gone home that day from surgery, or maybe had the option to stay one night and gone home. And I cannot imagine just with everything that I've gotten done, having to do that. And I'm lucky to have a support person here with me. I think if I had to, I could do it alone. I know lots of people have, but I have the luxury of having somebody here, and which has been great. And but the nursing care is just wonderful. There's a lot of people speak English like you very well, and a lot of people try, and they put up with my Spanish attempts, and or Google Translate is wonderful. They're very attentive. It's just I'm getting, I feel, more nursing care here than I would have for sure in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of shocking for me.
Yeah.
So what? So technically the staff was good.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was honest to you in all questions that you had, and
very. He explained. He takes a result versus safety kind of, and weighs the two. If something is not safe, he said he won't do it. And even if it would get a good result, it doesn't matter if it's not safe. Because lots of doctors back home can promise a lot, and there are a lot of great doctors back home for sure. But I felt better knowing that when he is in surgery, he can make those decisions and change his mind if he needed to, just to err on the side of safety. And he wasn't over-promising, I think is what I appreciated about that. And let me tell you, we had, I think, 5 different flight times change. Yeah. So through all of that and texting back and forth with Dr. Saucedo, I was like, I hope his driver shows up at midnight for us in this airport. And he was. He was there, so he was updated all along the way. He took us from, he's standing there. The driver doesn't speak much English, so he had a sign with my name on it, just like I was told from previous patients he would. He took us straight to the hotel real quick, dropped us off, and took me right away, because it was midnight, to get marked up. And Dr. Saucedo met me to do that right away. And everything is exactly what I expected. Going from just little things, going from the airport to the hotel. Airport to the hotel is like 45 minutes or so, and then the hospital to the hotel is just kind of around the corner. But even the driver took little extra care. I could tell he's used to driving Dr. Saucedo's patients. He went very slow over every bump, around every corner, just to make it not hurt and stuff like that. Just very little details, but they mean a lot. And the anesthesiology was exactly what I expected. I know there's a lot of questions about how they do that, a lot of concerns on the Facebook pages about the anesthesiology. And it was just so simple to wake up from versus general anesthesia when I had my gastric bypass. And I think she did a phenomenal job. Don't recall anything other than after I got all scrubbed down with iodine and very carefully onto the table, not to touch anything sterile. And I don't remember anything really after that. I know what people have been asking me, because I'm messaging people who were here before me, and then some people who are here right now and coming later have been messaging, because we all kind of know the dates and stuff. And the hotel experience is what is also another one that people want to know about. I upgraded to the King Suite because I had somebody coming with, and and it's been really a good thing, because I just want to sleep a lot or rest a lot, and not necessarily they don't, so they could come out here. And it's a nice hotel. It provides breakfast, so that's a convenient thing. There's, P.F. Chang's and McDonald's and Applebee's and Starbucks all like right out the door, or grocery store. Really convenient. The nurse comes every day. That's another thing I wanted to say. And the nurse is coming every day. So far I've only had Patty, and she is as phenomenal as everybody says. And she helps me change my gown, shower, put ointment on, new sterile bandages, put the suit back on because that's a chore. And she just comes and checks on the incisions and pain and everything like that. And I've seen Dr. Sauceda keeps checking in on me and coming over, and like I said, definitely more care than I would have, more follow-up and more eyes on my incisions and my body than I would have had at home, for sure. So it's really comforting to know that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's perfect.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I suggest it. One last thing, if I had to do this all over again, so far my experience, I would come back in a heartbeat if I needed anything else done. So it's been that good.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you all.